Hi everyone, welcome back to the second episode of the Utena Let's Watch, or Let Me Explain, because that's really what it is. You like my look? This is my salvaged look from Blind Makeup, and by salvaged I mean I basically painted back over it, because it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a hot mess, so here we are. I got falsies on finally, and like, they're so... I love the way they look. I hate wearing them. Like, just there's these weights on your eyeballs. This is really beyond the point. So anyway, okay, so we're gonna watch episode 2. I watched it yesterday and took a bunch of notes, and so if you see me like staring down at the desk, it's because I took a bunch of notes. So it's superfluous information, but who knows? Maybe you're interested. Anyway, let's get to watching. And same thing as last time, borrowing this from the official YouTube, so don't forget to support them, because buying the official is good. Like I did, but I just can't play it on my computer. Here we go. Oh, fangirls. Everyone has rose-tinted gay glasses for Utena. Did I mention this show's kind of gay? I hope I did. And by kinda, I mean really. Oops. I don't know. Okay, so I forgot to mention it last time, but there's definitely a phallic tower in the middle of Atoria Academy. It exists for a reason, and it looks exactly like that for a reason. For whom the rose smiles. They're referring to Anshi, in case you didn't realize. Oh, Wakaba. Don't forget in last episode, someone posted her love letter. Oh, background. You're really bad for her. Which is what got Utena into this mess to begin with. Defending your friend's honor. That's cool. Cold shoulder your friend. It's fine. Oh boy. That's an Easter egg. It's a reference to Magnolia White, written by the... It's written by the same person who wrote the manga for this show. So it's just kind of a little Easter egg. Oh boy. Ironically, that book is a sequel to another book called Waltz in a White Dress, which is relevant to the next episode. This is the egg speech. Or the chick speech. Okay, quick pause. The egg speech, or the chick speech, whatever, is just basically the reference of, like, if you never break out of where you're most comfortable, or if you never break out of where you have stagnated, then you'll just die undeveloped, essentially. Which is why the chicks gotta break out of their shells in order to live. Otherwise they'll die, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, that's the whole thing, and that is a reoccurring theme throughout all of this series. Also, it happens every time they go up in the elevator. They have this speech it's really silly. It's cracking eggs and yada yada yada, and they're really drilling it home for you. It's also important to note that everything that they tend to do in the student council... Balcony? Can't say it's really a room. Anyway, everything they tend to do has a purpose. Right now, they're playing a game like Go Fish.
Editor Raven here, making a note that they're actually playing a card game of Old Maid. Typically, you'd remove like the Queen of Clubs or add a singular joker, but in this case they added 2 jokers, which kind of defeats the purpose of the game, unless they remove the Queen of Clubs, in which case they still shouldn't have added the jokers, but whatever. Anyway, the whole point of the game is that you're supposed to get rid of, your cards, and there is one unusual, unique card that doesn't have a match because you've removed one from the deck. So whoever ends up with the single card is the person who loses the game, because only one person loses the game. And that is really, really an allegory for how this series and how the game that they're playing currently is going to play out. Like, the Rose games and the card game are incredibly similar. Anyway, back to the show.
So they're talking also about receiving letters from the ends of the world, which is, again, a person who is giving them instructions. And I think they mentioned it's like a one-way communication, theoretically. They all get one. Of course he did.
我々生徒会以外にも世界の果てから手紙を受け取っていた者がいたのか。さあな。だがバラの刻印ははめていた。
There's something to be said about taking without asking first, which is a thing.
中東部では結構有名ですよ。人気者です。
Oh, it's Nikki.
可愛い子だったな。冗談じゃない。
Yeah. She's a middle schooler. Gross.
そんなことがあるなら。
あるならどうする？ゲームを降りるか？世界の果てはいつも一方的に我々に手紙を送ってくるんだ。
Do you know the colors of the rose? Oh, the middle is pink, surrounded by all the other colors. Might be relevant.
幻の城は出現しました。分かっている。あれだけのものを見せられたら降りるわけにはいかない。
世界の果てからの手紙は言っている。
The letters are quite specific.
バラの花嫁とエンゲージするものが。
Okay, a thing to point out is the Joker card. You will see it reappear in later episodes, and he is right now referencing to the Engaged and the Rose Bride, both being the Joker, aka the Fool. There's an implication of trickery happening there, but we'll get to that. Obviously, it's in Toga's hands right now, so he knows what's going on. Everybody else is just sort of playing the game currently, because I don't think they... The point is that the Joker's supposed to represent the Rose Bride and the Engaged. So one of the other things that they mentioned was that Toga says that they're free to follow this very specific letters, and that they don't have to follow them. Sounds like someone's not telling the truth about something.
やがてはあの城にたどり着き、世界を革命する力を手に入れるのだ。我々はだから戦い続けなければならないのだ。
Stopwatch. It's always going to be a thing. Anytime we see Mickey. That's the blue-haired character's name. They didn't mention. Yellow Rose of Friendship. Let's hold hands and be friends.
一人部屋らしいからクールな僕の趣味には合ってるよ。でも東館って10年以上使ってなかったからきっと部屋の掃除は
So this dorm has been empty for 10 years.
一人で掃除するのもきっとクールな
Interesting.
には合ってるわよね。じゃあ私の部屋は南館の3階だからお化け屋敷に飽きたら遊びに来てよね。さらばじゃ
Oh boy.
お化け屋敷か。なんだよ可愛い建物じゃん。
Your very long legs. Oh look, it's empty. It's like no one lives here. How convenient. You'll see a lot of these scenes where they'll show you one thing, but it's, then they'll backtrack to show you it's all in the character's head. They do it a lot in the episodes. Me too, men. Surprise! Your housewife's home. I mean, your bride to be.
なんで君がここにいるの？今日からご一緒させていただくことになります。よろしく。よろしく。ってここは一人部屋じゃ。
It is a single. Dun dun dun.
ないのか。
But don't they have like the entire dormitory? Isn't there a 2-room? Yeah, there's no coincidences in this. Oh god. Utena's a little bit of a pack rat. No coincidences. So, the Rose game does have something to do with the school.
私は決闘で勝った方とエンゲージしなければならないのです。大丈夫か？
I mean...
一つ聞くけど、あの蜃気楼の城や手品の剣とかは一体何なの？不思議ですよね。ですよねって。
Utena's very to the point. Tell me what the stuff is. And Anchi's like, I don't know, it's a mystery. Really? Is it?
なぜいつもダンスをなさってるんですか？
What does that have to do with anything?
なんとなく、まあ、好きだから。私も同じです。
Because she likes
私
to.
たちがいると迷惑ですか？そんなこと言ってないけど。
Nice dodge.
私たちって？
Oh, may we introduce Choo Choo, the monkey mouse. He doesn't get roses. He's a silly character, but he's dressed like that for a reason. And we'll find out why later. Even the silly monkey mouse has a point. Besides comedic relief. Mostly a pointless character. Although there is a point to the fact that she's one of the only, or Choo Choo's, Utena's one of the few people that Choo Choo actually likes. It's pointed. Note that they're in their colors, and how much darkness exists between them. Constantly spinning in circles? That's a theme. She does not want to fight this fight. Sayonji's a little psycho. Oh look, our eye catches are back. Okay. We'll see Sayonji in kendo, or doing kendo, or doing any kind of swordplay a lot. It's relevant.
いや、君も一応うちの部に席は置いているんだ。剣道部首相がまた中学生と喧嘩するのか。当たり前だ。世界を革命する力はこの僕のものだ。
I should note that he aimed for the throat when Toga came in, but he couldn't reach it.
それは仕方ないさ。とにかく彼女、姫宮アンシーは決闘の勝利者とエンゲージする。違う。
Again.
は僕のものだ。
Threatening, but doesn't quite manage to hurt him.
ちゃんと交換日記にも書いていた。
Oh, the exchange diary.
交換日記。
There's a lot of ridiculousness.
参ったな。
Yeah.
この寮って本当に僕と彼女の二人だけしかいないわけ？
The power to revolutionize the world, which they keep mentioning, is definitely a reoccurring theme. that they'll bring up more in like the next couple of episodes. Choo choo!
早く彼女を呼んできてくれよ。でないとこの広い食堂で一人きりの食事になっちゃうよ。
He's kind of like Anshi's, not bodyguard, but like Jiminy Cricket.
なぜだアンシー、どうして僕の言うことが聞けない。
Warning, violence
西園寺先輩、
coming up.
今の私はウテナ様とエンゲージしていますから。
しかし君は僕とエンゲージしているとき。
Okay, I have to pause it here really quick because the sundial, giant obelisk or whatever, points at the different zodiac signs. Right now, it is mostly in Scorpio, which it should be noted that Scorpios are considered kind of the type of person who will sting when they feel threatened, or when they feel vulnerable, they'll attack or they'll lash out at others. This is definitely in reference to Sayonji, which, side note, he's a Virgo. He's not a Scorpion. So this is more a comment on their personalities as opposed to, or what's happening right now, as opposed to their character on a whole. So anyway, we'll see it again in a second.
君のすべてを僕に捧げると誓ったではないか。
でもそれは過去のこと。あなたとのエンゲージは終わったのです。
She don't care.
諦めてください。
She really don't care. Violence!
味知らず。
He's got problems.
ハレンチにも程がある。
Ugh.
ハレンチなのはお前だ。
Utena to the rescue! And Choo Choo.
君か。まあちょうどいい。
Okay, now from this perspective, we have the shadow moving into Libra, which happens to be Lady Justice, or the Scales of Justice. So someone, you know, coming to defense of someone else, trying to enact justice and make things right again. Say defending a girl who's being hit by a guy for no reason because he's a douche. Yeah, that's a thing. Anyway, also Utena's a Capricorn, so it's, again, not just whatever. Anyway, that's a thing. So, here we go.
この前の決闘では僕も油断した。バラの花嫁が誰のものなのか、はっきり決着をつけようじゃないか。明日の放課後決闘広場でリターンマッチだ。
Of course he wants a rematch. Note the distance between them, the phallic object in the center. Kind of a thing. Something blocking them.
バラの花嫁なんて興味ないね。
そっちになくても僕にはある。デュエリストとしてバラの花嫁とエンゲージするつもりなら、
Pay attention.
君は断れない。生徒会の規則に逆らう者はこの学園にいられなくなる。
But what did Toga say earlier?
法則にも定められている。
They're free to do what they want with those letters? Are they though?
わかった、受けて立つ。
Mm-hmm.
明日の放課後。
Someone's lying. Oh, Choo Choo. Utena doesn't want to be a part of these fights, obviously. She thinks this is absurd. She doesn't want...
ないさ。決闘を受けなきゃこの学園にいられないって言うんだ。
But she has to fight, so...
わざと負けるさ。それで問題はないわけだ。お好きなように。
That is the flattest course. Do what you want. Ever. Shadow Playgirl time!
かしらかしら、ご存知かしら。今日も裏の森でまた決闘があるんですって。
いよいよ決着をつける時が来たぜ。
バキュッ。うわー、やられた。でも平気。だってわざと負けたんだもん。でも勇者様、わざと負けちゃう難しさ。果たしてあなたはご存知かしら。かしらかしら。ご存知かしら。
Okay, that one's still kind of easy. They're still going easy on us. It gets harder as it just keeps going. But basically, the Shadow Playgirls are representing a duel between two people. They show it off as like, you know, an old Western shootout because it could be lethal. And then, you know, one gets hit and she basically is like, oh, it's okay because I'm not hurt because I lost on purpose, which isn't a thing, you know? Like, you don't just get shot and not get hurt even if you choose to lose on purpose. So that's really poignant. And on top of it, they're saying, you know, you may find it's harder to lose at like around the same time that they're dragging a cactus around, which is green, which is, you know, Saionji's color, and all prickly on the outside because, you know, you getting the hint here? So yeah, anyways, they're bringing up the fact that it might be harder to lose than you think, and clearly referencing the duel about to happen. So now you know. Wham. I don't know why I'm awkward crabbing. Sorry, what am I doing with my hands? And we're back to the stairs. I'm not fast forwarding this one because there's a change. So I'll let you guys see the change first. But we see this like every episode. Come on, this was like my childhood. Give me a break. La 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 la. Back in the day, this used to be on VHS, so you'd have to just sit there and like hold the fast forward button. There was no scene skip. And now we're gonna come up on the changes. So we'll see that in a second. Okay, more magic. So Anshi uses her powers to dress Utena as more of a prince, which, again, she didn't do for anyone else. So this is a exception to the rules, and it way more makes her, way more makes a point about her being prince-like. Also, favoritism. Yeah. She didn't say be careful to Saionji. Favoritism? Sanja's gonna go hard. Eat Brylasek. Do you like the hilt of the blade that has a rose at the end of it? Also, the jewel is green, to match Dios's eyes, I believe. Is that it? I think Dios has green eyes. Different fight song. Has a lot to do with the characters. Don't really want to get into it, but by all means, look them up. Ugh. So she reflectively, or it's Anshi's eyes, that's the color. She blocked the rose without meaning to. I remember what I said last time about it doesn't matter what happens to you, it only matters when the rose comes off. Choga's such a creep. Sure. You could say that. Ooh. Oh, Anshi's concerned. Yikes. But then Possession. They say that the sword doesn't have any magical powers, but, I mean, look, it's Dios. I love Dios. Prince Rose. Depossession. And he loses again. It's almost like she was compelled to help Anshi. The power of Dios. So the letters seem to always know what's happening. So the end of the world, it's implied, is always watching. No, before you think about it, Toga's not the end of the world. But maybe he knows something. Perhaps, mayhaps, a spy? Oh, Choo-Choo. Sure. He did step on him earlier. It was ouch. Oh, so cute. Note how Utena deflects feelings. Anshi's glasses? Those are a thing, believe it or not. Okay, so that's it for episode 2. It's just kind of like a pickup of episode 1. Kind of goes back into the whole Rose duel and the things that you feel compelled to do, because even though Utena doesn't want to compete in these duels for the power to revolutionize the world, she does it subconsciously anyway, because in whatever reason she feels... I live with people and cats. She does it anyway, because she's just subconsciously driven to do so. So, you know, without even thinking, she just like reflexively protects her Rose and, you know, battles anyway. It's kind of really shows to the point of how noble of heart she is, that, you know, the Prince Rose every time. So she constantly wears the Prince Rose, even though her rose is a pink rose. And you saw it, I think, in Toga as well. He popped back up with the white Prince Rose. Again, not his rose color, because it's all color coordinated, so his rose must be red. But he has the Prince Rose a lot. Methinks that means something. No, he's not the prince, but still means something. And for now, that's the end of episode 2. So I will see you guys again in episode 3. Thanks for watching. Bye.